guys, welcome back to my channel. I am coming to you from a little place called Epps, Louisiana, and I'm at the Poverty Heritage National Heritage Historic Center. It's like really cool. It's basically, I will give a bunch of information on it here shortly. It's got some amazing things that I'm going to be showing you. One being, can y'all see that? These little circles are ceremonial. We call them like medicine wheels, but though you can see some in the far back too, though they're not sure exactly what they were used for, we do know that they were obviously ceremonial. And on this site, there's multiple of those, as well as mounds, which is where I am headed now. I am heading to the first of 3 that I have access to today that are absolutely just extraordinary. Where I'm coming to now is called Mound A, and it is the, I want to say, the largest of the 3 that I have access to, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so I will fill you in as we go. But I'm coming up on it now. I want you to see what I see. Excuse the ducks. How unbelievably cool is that? I will be taking footage as I go up without my ducks in the picture. But how cool is that? All right, I'm going to be parking here. And I'm going to be walking up to the mound if I feel like I can make it up that hill. We shall see about that. All right, I am on the trail. I am walking up it. As you can see, it's getting much bigger as I get closer. Whew. I didn't pick the right day for this. It is hot. Noon in Louisiana, not real bright. But God, how beautiful is this? All right, I apologize for the wind. Obviously, I'm outdoors, but oh, this is gonna be worth it. All right, I'll check in when I get to the top. All right, guys, I'm already out of breath and haven't even made it to the stairs. We are ascending. It's hard to believe. I'm a huge history nerd, always have been. It's hard to believe that this is a path that so many years ago the Aboriginals would have taken. It's just crazy. Now obviously they didn't have these wooden stairs that we have, but I can't wait to see what's on the top. Oh, yep, you guessed it. More stairs. Look, my Jeep way on down there. Oh goodness. There's a trail going off that way. That might be the returning section. This is a one-way self-driven course. So that might be where we come back. So we shall see. I am out of breath, guys. Whew. First mount, and I'm already breathing hard. All right, check in when we get to the top. All right, guys, I made it to the top. I'm out of breath, but I'm here. Wow, this is absolutely stunning. The view from up here. It does say, as y'all can read right here, that the mound was not built for a burial. I helping my daughter back in, I think, like the 8th grade, so info's a little dated, believe that most of these mounds were made mostly for spiritual, religious reasons. Some even possibly for sacrifice. Back in those days, that was a common thing. We don't talk about that these days, obviously, but I can understand. Look how stunning this is. I'm at the very top. It stands 72 feet above the surrounding original land area, and it's 710 feet in length. So I'm really high, as you can tell by my breathing hard. You can see my car way down there. That's how far I traveled. But you see the circles in the ground over there too. I'll get to those in a minute. They would do games where one tribe or what have you would battle the other. And I would only imagine, being that this field right here, see the circle, connects to this long trek up here, and we'll see what's on that side in a minute. I would only imagine the victors of the game would rise above, come up, accept their winnings, and being that this was typically, now correct me if I'm wrong, if you know anything about indigenous Indians of this area, northeast Louisiana, this would probably be even where the losers of the battle of the games potentially would be dealt with. Again, I only know a little bit from research that we did years ago when my daughter did a presentation on them. So, but regardless of the reasoning, this is gorgeous. Well worth the trip up. And now I make my descent. And if you know anything about cardio and about your legs, going down is so much easier than trying to go up the trail. Maybe I won't be breathing so hard when I get down to the bottom. I'll see you at the bottom. Woohoo! I conquered this mountain. Yeah. I'm sounding all victorious and all super human, hero-ish. This is only Mound 1. I still got a long trek. But wow, just a 360 of me. Isn't that amazing? This place is absolutely stunning, and I just got started. All right, off to mound number 2. All right, guys, I am back in the Jeep, and I'm heading on around the trail, and I am now heading to what is called Mound B. I think I passed Mound E when I was coming in, but I will circle around and get to it. But Mound B is one of the smaller mounds, and I might not get out because it is 98 degrees here and I am hot, and it is a long walk. But I hope you enjoyed Mound A. I will give y'all a little bit of knowledge and bits of information about the dirt that was hauled in, because that was not natural. It was all man-made, and there were tons upon tons upon tons of dirt hauled in baskets up the mound. They equivalent to, I believe they said, 32,000 dump trucks worth of dirt. That these, I'm not gonna say they were unpaid members of the tribe, so to speak. I'm trying to say that delicately, but that was a lot. That is a lot. I want to say here, I can get to, they gave me a brochure with all the knowledge of it. So maybe, sorry, lovely nostril there. It says, let's see if I can get it on here. Let's see, there we go. 390 tons of cubic feet, 238 cubic tons of earth, 15.5 million or 50 pounds basket loads that these people day in and day out, brought up and down. And there's evidence that it was done in a relatively short amount of time. Not like it was done in, you know, tens of years. They estimated it between 30 and 90 days because there was no erosion. You know how over a period of time you get the rings in the surface of the earth and everything where, you know, seasons change and trees grow and vegetation and critters, you know, all that. None. The excavations that they've done is how they know obviously it wasn't meant for burial, but there was no corrosion. So it was done in a relatively quick amount of time. So that means those poor, whatever you want to call them, whether it be slaves or just really, really, really strong-backed tribemen, worked non-stop for 30 to 90 days. Whew, that's crazy to me. With the era that we live in with backhoes and dump trucks and heavy machinery, to think that they did that with stone that they flint knapped into spears and cutting edges and strapped it with animal hide to sticks and they dug into the earth that way. That's insane to me that they did that all in a short amount of time and created such an amazing monument. Now I will be adding all the lovely information as we go, but okay, we have now made it to, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Mound B. Nope, we did make it to Mound B. All right. It's much smaller, as you can see. It looks more like just a little hill. I'm not going to get out for this one. All right, moving on. Okay, I took down some of my ducks, so y'all can kind of see a little bit of the drive. I'll probably may consider trying to come back and do a revisited during, like, say, the fall when it's not so hot. It's too hot to walk all these trails right now. I would dehydrate and fall out, and y'all would find me. I'd be a part of the Natural Artifacts Museum later on. But as you can see, there are so many little trails. You can walk around and go off on little offshoots and everything. So I would love to go down all of them, but for right now, I think I'm going to stick to just the trails that I'm looking at. I'm looking at the map. They gave me a little map. Let me get all my ducks out of here. Jeep life, gotta love it. As you can see, we are right here. There is a whole thing over this bridge up there. If I have time, I will go, but I'm going to come back around because I want to hit Mound C. So that's where we're going to go. Just a little more scenic for you, you know. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. I am very, very pleased. I'm so glad. This is almost 3 hours away from my house. So I took a little trek to come out here, and I've done it twice now because I did my research, came out before, but I didn't film. So, but I'm here now, so enjoy the view. I think we are at 11. I think this is Mound C. They did say in the video that I had to watch when I first came here that a lot of the mounds have been chopped down because they didn't know when they were excavating that these were actually historic monuments. So they kind of were doing a little cleanup, and I think they accidentally may have worn it down a little bit, because this one says it's only 80 feet originally, was 80 feet originally, but but now it's only 2 feet. So yeah, that's it. You can't even really tell from the camera angle. But I will put all the information up for y'all to read. Okay, last but not least, I wanted to give you a quick little view of something that intrigued me. We, I believe, call them medicine wheels or medicine circles. We don't know what they used them for at the time, but since then, the wooden planks and all that identified the circle have eroded, gone, you know, disintegrated. So they went in with some, I guess that looks like PVC plastic, I'm not sure, and marked the trail for them. This would be, again, the center of the ceremonies where they played the games, what have you. And they're absolutely just, the intrigue and the mystery behind it is insane. Put all the information up for you, but as I drive by, I want you to see it. You can imagine all those years ago, people coming through, playing games. Cars were not coming through at the time, but inside this circle, pretty cool, huh? Okay, that pretty much concludes my walkthrough viewing of the Poverty Point World Heritage Site. Absolutely stunning. I'm so glad I came. I'm sorry it was so short, but it's so hot, you know. You're only so much you can do on the self-guided tour, but maybe I can try to come back during the fall or winter months if they're open and do it again, because we don't get a lot of snow up here. So and maybe there won't be as many cars coming through, but this is a open to public, so you know, I don't have the place to myself. But I absolutely enjoyed it. It's gorgeous. I love history. If it's abandoned, if it's not abandoned, if it's got history to it, I'm all about it. But either way, I thank you all for coming along with me on this journey. I enjoyed it, and I will be doing much more of this. This was a request from a subscriber, asked me to do some type of historical event, so this one was for you. And I will do much more. If y'all like this type of content, not just the paranormal, then I will gladly do things like this, because I love this type of thing. But either way, until the next video, I want to thank you all for joining with me, and I love each and every one of y'all. And until the next one, be good to each other. Bye.